Well, hi my friends. This is Jay, and this is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. And I hope you've had a great start to the holiday season for this year. Your Thanksgiving or whatever you celebrate, and then of course as we get ready for Christmas or whatever, like I say, you celebrate, whatever holidays you celebrate. I hope it has been a time to just really, I don't know, not get all stressed out, but just sit back and say, you know what, this is the end of the year. And I think everyone should just exhale. Whew, we got through it before, we'll get through it again. Well, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Like I said, I hope you're finding things that you can really, if you're older like me, we don't have to do as much as we used to. It's so nice. Didn't have to cook a huge meal. I didn't have to, go, get in bites and things. But, it's okay to say, no, I'm just going to stay at home. There's nothing wrong with that. And I have enjoyed every minute. So, like I said, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your gravy boat. I hope you were partakers of it. And now, as we're in the homeward stretch, I just thought, well, first of all, I thought, you know what, Jay? You didn't say a proper goodbye to November before I get into my December digs. So I was, my last video, I was finishing up on Jay's knit. This is the Autumn Breeze Lace Poncho. And the first one I was sharing with you was in green. I didn't even bring it over because I want to show you, the second one. And I had to redo that one, knit that one several times. It was fine, but I just needed to, tweak it. And just like anything, a pattern from a book, pattern you buy, we have to just tweak it. So once I tweaked it, I said, you know what, I'm just going to get some more yarn and start over. I'll hold on to that one and then just go ahead and tweak it using the new numbers. And so, ta-da! So, yes, it's December, but look, I'm backtracking to November. So I thought, well, I really like this one. This one is, like I said, the one that I've tweaked and the one that I was showing it working in real time. In the first, my first design of it, when you got to the body part after the neck and you got to, the shoulders where you're doing all the increases, I only had 4 rounds. And it fit fine. I could move around, but I don't know. When I decided to do this, I decided to go an extra round. So on this in the tutorial, you'll notice for those that did it or going to do it, there are 5 rounds. And that just gives so much more positive ease and just feels more relaxed, because after all, it is for it's a cool weather poncho, and you're going to be wearing something under it, and you didn't want to have to be, tight or feel like a mummy. You want to be able to move your arms. You got to drive your car. You got to get your groceries in. You got to do all those things. So, I thought before I share what we're going to do in December, I thought I'd come back and give you a finish. Jay finished it. And like I said, it's a nice, simple little design, and it used the stitch we used before on the Coco Golf or Coco Mania sweater. Scarf. Sorry, Coco Mania scarf. It's the same little forgetting stitch that just knits up really nice. And I was just trying to show you how to take it from one step and just use it again. You don't always have to have a new stitch, people. In fact, I'm going to surprise you with this same stitch further on down the road. You're going to be so surprised. I'm going to give it a different look. So, what are you working on? What are you doing? What are you trying to finish? Have you decided how you want to end the year? I try to end it, what I'm going to share is just real simple. I try to end the year real simple. Because as I was sitting here, I don't know if it's my age or just what, but I can't remember hardly any of the year. Can you? I can hardly remember anything. Now, don't get me wrong. When I'm working on something and I'm sharing it with you here on my YouTube channel, man, I'm all in. I'm in it to win it. I'm just going for it. I'm all excited, and I want you to be excited, and I just hope that comes across. But as I was sitting here thinking, what am I going to do for December or whatever, I could not remember hardly anything that I did for this whole year. And thank goodness for the YouTube, just like you. But I also have all my videos in a hard drive on my desktop that I can pull up any video from the very first one I did when I did my room tour. That's so that if anyone ever had any questions, or people still comment to this day. I have people all over the world comment on my room tour and my studio and a lot of my beginning videos. So I can pull it up, but if I didn't have that, I don't think I could remember hardly anything. So as I looked back, at the designs, I thought, man, you know what? December, I just want to exhale, relax, share the moment, share the space with my friends, let you know how much I appreciate you, let you know that that all your comments mean so much to me. You taking the time to even look, to watch. And those that are able to take the time to make the designs that I try to share. It's exciting. It's exciting for me, and I hope it's exciting for you. And we still have plenty of room, so if you felt like, oh, Jay, I was trying to get around, but I had so many other things, that's all right. They're up there. We'll just do the second time around, do the third time around, or the fourth. It doesn't matter. But, I just want to just let you know, though, it's just greatly appreciated to get the feedback and that we're in this journey together. And do you know, I'm starting 6 years. Man, when I look back, it is amazing. 6 years, and now I have a whole YouTube family. So I'm excited about you and you and you and you and you and all of you too. And some of you too. So I just wanted to come back on before we get started for showing you what I have for December. Don't worry, it's simple, it's cute, And you know, Jay always puts her little twist to it and try to make it exciting because, like I said, my things are not really high end. One thing is because really, if you're a senior like me, I don't have that many places to go anymore. I don't work. My knitting groups of, people got sick and, we were just older. So we're not able to meet anymore. The seniors that I was teaching back in the day, a lot of them really, I was in my 70s, so they were way older than me. A lot of them had health problems and, some died. And so I really don't have places to wear a lot of, I guess what you'd call high-end designs and things. So I'm happy to share, I call them, look, I don't know, common sense, everyday, easy make, easy wear, easy care, simple things. And then I try to give you decisions that you can make to suit you or to work better with the season of life you're in. You may be in a younger season than me, or you may be in the hot flash season. I try to give you some, I try to give you some decisions to make so that you are a part of this journey that I'm sharing with you, that I'm taking, learning as I go, but I'm taking you along. So I guess I can stop rambling now. So let me just get started. I will check the camera, change the view, and then I will show you the simple things that I came up with for December tutorial. And of course, I hope you give it a try too. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I'm back. And Jay's back with a scarf. And you can't get any easier than this, people. So I was looking, trying to decide what I was going to do. I don't like to press and try to rush through a shawl at the end of the year. I've done some shawls at the end of the year, and, but everyone's not in a place to do shawls or, maybe, ready to do a large shawl, especially at the end of the year. We're tired. So I looked back in some of my projects, people, I got projects you have never even seen yet. I got plastic bins full of projects and sweaters I have never even pulled out yet. Of course, I was a smaller size, so I got to revamp them. That's why a lot of them I have not shown you, because I was smaller. And of course, I'm going to have to resize them and retweak them for me today. But here's something that you don't have to retweak. A scarf. Now, I like scarves, but when I make them, or when most of them you work them vertical. You start here at the bottom, and you either, if you're knitting, you cast on a number of stitches, or crochet, you make a chain, and then you start working up. Well, I always get about 8 or 9 inches. Look, I'm done. I'm over that. It just takes so long to me to make a scarf. And so years ago, I started making, and I think I said this, I think I shared with you, that I was going to show you a lot of the designs that I do horizontal, going the long way. Now, yes, the scarf is long. Let me just take this one off. This is an old one. This is not the one we're going to do. I'm going to use a different lace. But you can see this scarf is taller than I am. So it's over 5 feet. And you start with a long, long chain. And look, I got tired of putting all that lace around and going around. I would put double crochet or triple or treble crochet for this section that goes up and around the back of your neck, because you could never see that part. And then I brought it down towards the front so that I would have a beautiful contrast in the stitch. Here's the lace, here's the regular double, or like I said, we could do treble crochets. And it just makes a really pretty looking texture. And of course, I have some fringe on the bottom. And like I said, you could just wear it different ways. Now, I had another name for it. I can't even remember. Like I said, this one is old. But I'll show you the new ones. Now, see, there's texture. There's, let's see. Oh, I need to get a mirror. Oh, look. See, there's a double crochet, but there's a lace also. What do you think? Who's snug as a bug in a rug? Jay's snug as a bug in a rug. Oh, they're so warm. And you know what? This works with any size yarn. So you're not, you don't have to do the yarn that I'm going to use, but I'm going to try to give you some good choices. And I'm even going to suggest some alpaca. Because a lot of people are bringing in a lot of the alpaca. So I thought, Jay, go ahead and buy some and let's get started. So you will be able to pick a nice yarn. You can work with the size hook if you like the smaller size hooks and yarn, like the mandala. You like to maybe work it up in that. Or, like I said, this particular one is party. This is an old one. Like I said, I had it a few years. But very easy. See? Alright, so let me show you the ones that we're going to do. The lace that I picked out for the one that I'm going to work in real time. Now here's one in another yarn. I think this is Big Twist. This is just out of my stash, just inexpensive yarn that I know that I'm not going to do anything really upscale and fancy with. But who could turn down a pretty scarf? Not this girl. So here we go. You can put it around your neck. The double crochet simply goes around the neck. Why waste all that time doing all that lace? Put your hands here, put your hand here, make the V or hold it down. There you go. Oh, where are my pearls? You gotta look. What do you think? And you have this pretty, hope you can see it, hope you can see the pretty little fringe at the bottom. Nice and long and pretty. Look, so I have a nice double crochet as one texture, and then this pretty lace as another texture on the same scarf. That's the whole point. And the whole point is, as we do it long, horizontal, 12 rows. So hence, I picked the music, the 12 Days of Christmas. What do you think of that? And of course, you can wear it several ways. Fold it in half so the double crochet is together. That goes behind the neck. You just bring it through. You know, a scarf is a scarf, but it's just, like I said, I could not, I would just give up. And then I started working them horizontal, and man, I was watching a movie. You can do one in one night because it only requires 12 rows. The 12 rows are here in the double crochet. That determines. And if you have to go over in order to end on a certain row, like I wanted to end on this row of the lace, I think I had to go one extra row, but it's still the 12 rows is all you need for this. Like I said, I believe this is some Big Twist from Joann's. Last but not least, this is one. Remember this was the party that I was going to do the poncho in, but I just couldn't get it to gauge right, and I didn't like the way it looked. And so I thought, I have all that yarn. Here we go again. Make a long chain. How long, Jay? I'm going to show you. Glad you asked. And then you can just like I was wearing the other ones, you can just put this around your neck, scarf, neck warmer, neck wrap, cowl, whatever you want to call it. Just a fun project that we can get through and not break the bank, because you will be able to decide, and I'm going to give you some good suggestions on yarns. But this is a stash buster, people. Stash buster that you can just decide, and all you need is one good skein. One good skein, because all we need is 12 rows for the 12 days of Christmas. So, I'm going to do one in real time, and in fact, I think it's some Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn, or for those that love Red Heart, it might be some Red Heart. But you can use hand-dyed, you can pick the quality, you can pick the size hook, and the size yarn that you prefer to do these. You're just going to get a different look scarf, but it's the way I'm going to show you how to work the lace. And we're going to work, I'm going to give you the working formula. Everybody's going to be working it. I think you're going to like it, because it's quick, easy, easy wear, easy care. So, without further ado, like I said, I'm going to work one in real time. I've got it all pretty much worked up. So, there's nothing else to do but let the holidays, look, let's let the holidays begin. Let's kick it into high gear. And with these scarves, you're going to get a lot of bang for your bucks. You're going to be able to do, I always had someone at work that I was afraid that I'd forget to take a gift. Yes, we had names we pulled, but then you want to give some special gifts. This would be it. Someone at church, you think, oh my God, you realize, oh, so-and-so was my secret Santa last year. She gave me this, then she gave me that. Perfect. Oh, it looks really pretty. So, get your crochet hook and let's get started. All right, before we go to the counter, I thought I would just kind of cut some of the lights off and let you see my pretty tree change colors. I found this at Hobby Lobby when I was over there. I was just going to use it. I had no idea it had lights on it. You just put the batteries in, and look. Let's see if I'm getting a good shot of it. It just changes colors. Look, and it's a pretty kind of pink color. Then it changes to, oh, look at a green. Is that pretty? Let's see if I can get a different angle. I don't know if I cut off this lamp. I don't know if it will. Let's see if it doesn't show up as good. Well, maybe. Let's see. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you see it. I thought before we go to the counter, I'd let you see my little tree. It looks like an ice sculpture, but it's changing colors. And I thought I would give you a little look-see at my Christmas lights. My little Christmas table. And of course, my little cup I made myself with a gold pen. Bless the Lord. Because that's what it's all about. And of course, I can have me some coffee later. But there is I thought you'd get a kick out of the tree. Oh, and I got it for 50% off too. Is that pretty? Okay, let's go to the counter and let's get the crochet going. Back in just a minute. All right, before we get started and I show you the overview, I wanted to show you this little Christmas gift that I received quite a few years ago, back when I was still working at the doctor's office. And it's something that I keep it out. I have a little area, a little etagere that I keep, little sentimental things that, people have given me or that I've bought over the years. Well, this is one that I keep out even though it's a little hint, it's a Christmas theme, I still keep it out with some angels and, some other pretty little things people have given me. My friend Michelle from work, apparently, she drew my name a couple of years and gave me the nicest gift. She's one of those people like me. I try to think of what the person has said in conversation to know what they might like, instead of just, buying something off the, that little discount table at the mall or something. She always put a lot of thought into it. And one year she had, like I said, she drew my name and she gave me this beautiful cookie jar and the characters are made, of color. And of course, that was hard to find. She said she saw it immediately, and since she had my name, she knew I would love it, and I did. And I have kept it all these years. Like I said, it's a cookie jar. Look, see? And we're not going to call her Santa's wife. We'll just say, there's Granny J. reading about Christmas, or the Christmas story. Of course, I didn't have a little girl, but it still worked out real cute. So I wanted you to see that real quick, just to let you know that I remember. It's funny how you can remember who and where and all that. I don't remember the year. I should have signed it under the bottom or something. But yes, my friend Michelle from work gave me this, and after all these years, it is in pristine and beautiful condition, because I like that. I also have a Christmas house. Maybe next time if I think about it, I'll get it down. But I used to decorate with this in my kitchen, once our kids got to be old, and no more Christmas trees in the living room and all that. I would always put up at least a tree in my kitchen, and put my pretty little Christmas houses around my tree and stuff like that, or on my glass table. But I'd always use this as part of the decoration. Just thought you might want to know. All right, I'm going to change the camera angle, and we're going to take an overview of Jay's 12 Days of Christmas crochet shawl. Back in just a minute. All right, here's a quick overview of my 12 Days of Christmas scarf. Now, I'm not going to be able to get it all in the frame, so I'll just tell you, we're going to start on one end of a long, long chain, and we start with the lace right here. And then we're going to continue to work across the lace, and I'll give you some suggestions on how many repeats you might want. But it's up to you once I show you the simple working formula. And then all the part that's not going to be shown, why continue all that lace working yourself? I just go into a double crochet with a nice little eyelet separation row right there. And then I continue across in the long chain, doing double crochets. And then till I get to the other side to add the lace, I stop the back or the double crochet section with another eyelet row there, and then pick up the lace so that it matches exactly on the other side. Now, simple, easy peasy, easy little stitch to remember, and not hard at all. And of course, like I say, you can you can just kind of decide. And I will turn it here, and here you go. So now let me give you some suggestions of the yarn, the supplies, just real quick. All right, so now there's just an overview, because you'll understand it better once I go through the working formula. I make it really easy. All right, so here is this yarn here. Now, you decide on who you're making this for, if you're making it for yourself or you just want to just crochet along with me. Yarn amount and quality is up to you. You can have the high end, you can have in the middle, and you can have, just, I don't really know you. I'm just going to give you, you can have whatever choice of yarn. For instance, if I was making this and the person I didn't feel was mohair worthy, well, here's poor man's mohair. If this was a student, I know she's going to loan it to someone at school. They're going to wear it, bring it back dirty. They're going to leave it on the floor. They're going to forget it. So, for a nice, just plain yarn to just work in, someone that I really couldn't, I just want to make sure they can take care, do a simple wash and wear it. This is Big Twist from Joann's. It's 100% acrylic. It's just a big old, I had 2 skeins of this. Of course, you don't need hardly any of this to make this scarf. I don't know how many scarves you can get out of this because there's like a whole bunch of yards in here. 615, but anyway, so you can do this. All right, how about, now, the one that you saw me in the taupe one and this pretty, let's see, kind of fuchsia color. This is Karen Simply Soft, and this is Party. So you might have, and all you need is 1 skein of yarn about this size. So 1 skein will work just fine. And whatever crochet hook they suggest, if it's suggested an I, just move up to the next crochet hook, J. That's the best way to do it. So that it has a nice, it's not too tight of a fabric. We want it to move. Alright, so but there's Karen Simply Soft Party. That will work great. I have a lot of this Isaac Mizrahi left from the days when they carried it at Michael's. And at the end, they were just trying to get rid of it. And I bought several skeins in several colors. And so 1 skein of this would work perfect. If they call for an I, go up to a J. Make it easy and simple. Alright, last but not least, now these are just a few. I'm just giving you an idea of what you can use. This is Lions brand Touch of Alpaca. So, for the ones that are in this early snow, okay, it's mowing day, people. Let's see what he ride on into the sunset. Let's see what he ride on to the couple houses down. He'll just keep riding. But this is Touch of Alpaca. And this is a really pretty color. I got this at Joann's, and this is Jade. And it looks Christmassy, doesn't it? That would be really pretty and show up. I don't use a lot of wool because it has such a feeling to me that and then like I said, here in Georgia, we don't really need a lot of wool. So, but I'm gonna, I bought some, and I have it in a couple different colors. Oh yeah, he stopped for a minute. Let's see what I can move now. Alright, so that's just a suggestion. On the low end, you could go with Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, which is what I'm going to be doing in the real-time sample that I'm going to be working in real time. Or you can go to Red Heart. A lot of you have Red Heart. So that would be like a lower end where you just want to just make a scarf and just kind of, make up a bunch. Maybe you're just going to take them to the nursing homes, and you can wrap them around their necks. Alright, so that's the yarn. Here's the overview. And like I said, when you, whichever yarn you pick out, look on the band. If it suggests an I hook, I would just move up to a J. If it suggests a G hook, I would move up to an H. Does that make sense? Alright, just to get the drape. Alright, but I'm using a J on the sample that I'm working on. Alright, and it'll be out of some of the Hobby Lobby yarn. Just something real simple. Alright, he's starting back up, so I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, as we prepare to stitch, let me just show you a visual, a simple schematic, so that we're all in the same place and that you understand how simple this is. Alright, in my crochet, on my schematic, I draw a long line. This line represents all the chains that you're going to make, and we need a long chain. I need for you to do a chain from one knee, one side of your body, up and around your neck and down to the opposite knee, and just put a few extra on there just to be safe, just to be sure. So no matter how tall you are, everyone would measure the same. You will simply start right below your knee, go up the body, around the neck, and down to below the opposite knee. Okay? That represents this long chain. Now on this schematic, I put a couple of lines to show you the separation of each section. On the lace section, on each end, I suggest 8 repeats that I'm getting ready to work for you. 8 repeats of the pattern, of the lace. The center, for most people say from small, medium to large or extra large, you're going to do at least 100 double crochets. 100, Jay? Yes. Well, you want the wrap ability, right? Okay. All right. I'm allowing 8 repeats, and for most people, 100 double crochets and then 8 repeats. Okay. Now, if you are just a taller person, you're 5'8", 5'9", 6 feet or whatever, you may want to increase the lace instead of maybe worrying about the center as much. Instead of trying to go up, you can just add on to the lace section. You can go up to 9 repeats or even 10 repeats. So that means your chain is, like I said, you need the long chain from below one knee up around the neck and down below the opposite knee, and you can add another, add a few more inches just to make sure you have enough. So you can easily go from, instead of 8, you can go to 9 repeats and 9 repeats here. Does that make sense? Or 10. 10 here, 10 here. But you need at least 100 double crochets for the center. And with that, that's it. Now let's get started and show you how it looks. All right, I'm going to lay my board over here. Now I need to check and see if this light color, as soon as I thought of this, I thought, oh, I got a light color that's too light. And I'm probably going to have to do it in a darker color. So I will be right back and switch to a darker color to practice in. Alright, so I switched to just this little pink that the scarf is in. I think you can see enough of it. Like I say, it's, pretty straightforward. So I have a chain that I've pretend, I'm going to pretend it's a long enough chain. I'm just going to do a sample. And everything, usually I start the same way. I need to make a little border, which will be the place that you will have a place to put your fringe at the end. So in order to have that, let me just get my hook. I am using a J hook and this little big twist. Alright, so in the 4th chain from the hook, so in the 4th, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th chain, I do a double crochet. This is like a little border that I put on a lot of my crochet projects. And then in the next chain I add a double crochet, and that always gives me 3, counting the chain, 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? Let me check my camera. Hold it right there. Yep. Okay. Now this part I'm going to chain 1 so that I know where this border ends with the chain 1. Right there. Well, there we go. Now on the bottom I'm going right into the lace pattern. I chain 1 at the top, but I skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Skip 3 chains. Now I'm going to do 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Now chain 2. 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets in the same chain. So that's 1 and 2. Okay. So there's my little simple repeat. Easy peasy. Now, after this, I'm going to chain 1. And when you do this chain 1, keep it very loose. We'll need it on the next row. And we want that chain 1. Don't pull it tight. Now, after I chain 1, skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to put the double crochets again. 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and 2 more double crochets. So now I have 2 repeats. Like that. Chain 1, but keep it loose, very loose. But skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Skip 3 chains, and in the next chain, I'm going to do the repeat again. 2 double crochets. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets. Just like that. Now let's look at what we have so far. Alright, now right here, I have 3 repeats. On the little schematic, I suggest most people could use or should try 8 repeats. So you'd have 8 of these on your chain. If you're taller, you might want to go up to 9 or even 10 repeats. If you're really tall, 9 or 10 repeats, you'll probably need that much of the lace. Now, watch. I'll go ahead and do an extra one. Chain 1, skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. In the next chain, we'll just repeat. Simple stitch. You'll be able to remember it. You can carry it. You can do this on your lunch. I'm telling you, oh my gosh, I forgot so-and-so. I forgot a gift. Okay, perfect. This is going to be the one. All right, so I'm pretending now that on my I have 4 repeats, so I'm going to stop. In order to stop the lace, I need you to chain 1, just like, and then skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. And in the next chain, this starts the center on our schematic. This starts all those double crochets. And it will straighten out in short. That was another reason to try to use a larger hook. I didn't have a K. This might have called for a J, but I couldn't find my K. I wasn't going out to buy one. So I'm working in a J. All right, from this point, represents the center. Well, I suggest everyone, everywhere, every size, put in 100 double crochets. See, this is television work now because this is going to be behind the neck, and it just adds to the texture. You're going to have a lace texture and then all these double crochets. Next time I'll have to do one and just use trebles, but I need to change the lace so that they're about the same height. You don't want to try to do you want them about the same. All right, so now I'm going to, just for practice, just pretend, I'm going to go across. Let's see how quick I can do this. A few double crochets and pretend like I have my 100 in. So I'm just double crocheting across. Oh, catching up on YouTube videos. Everybody's doing Vlogmas. So everyone, there's something to see. Oh my gosh, I don't think I could do that. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't want to see me. You wouldn't want to see me in my routine. Oh my gosh. Bed head everywhere, bed hair, my head, oh gosh. I can barely move. I'm telling you, this cold weather, even though we're not even cold compared to some of you already that have snow, I am like a mannequin, a statue. It is just stiff. Until once I finally get moving around or, get in a hot shower or something, that's different, Oh, but, all right, so now I'm crocheting along. See that? All right, after the 100, you can look ahead and should have enough chains, more than enough chains to get all your repeats. You have to get your repeats in, so I'm not going to count this. I'm going to pretend that's my 100. All right, to stop the center, what did we do over here? We chain 1 and skip 3 on the bottom. So all you have to do is go over here and make this side match. So that's just the way I do it. Chain 1, now skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to go back into my repeat pattern of the 2 double crochets. Of course, you have a long, long row. Chain 1, 2, and then 2 double crochets in the same chain. And do that chain 1 but very loose. You'll see we're going to use it shortly. And get ready to turn. Alright, then after I chain that 1, I skip 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. and repeat. So let's see how many I had. 4 on that side. You're just gonna chain 2 and then do the double crochet. Two more double crochets. Okay, 2 more crochets. All right, so now there's the repeat. 1, 2, and I had 4. So I'm gonna have to put 4 on this side so that I can turn and show you how to do the next row. And in fact, let me just take out mine, since they're so small. This is row 1. This is the right side that we're doing. There's just 2 rows. But I just wanted you to make sure. Chain 1. Let's put my chain 1. Don't forget that. Now skip 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we do the 2 double crochets. I think he must have gone on. Oh, he loves riding his mower. 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets. 1 more. Okay. Now, chain 1 to get to the next one, but you have to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm almost there, people. I think I can hear something. 2. Now chain 2. 1, 2. Like I said, this is not the greatest of yarn, but if you have some beautiful hand-dyed yarn that you would like to do something really luxurious, really pretty scarf, by all means. You know how to figure out, you can try different crochet hooks to see which one will give you the nicer drape, so that you can, it will look just as nice, really pretty. All right, so I have 4 on this side. You're going to have 8, 9, or 10, whatever the taller you are, you can add more. Here's my little 4 on my sample with my pretend 100 double crochets in the center. All right, now, to get back to the little border, remember there's a little border over here. See, all you have to do is just look back at what you have with 3 double crochets right there, remember? All right, so I chain 1. Okay, but I have to skip 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I will do my 3 double crochets to end row 1 so that I can turn. Of course, you have a long row. See? I end just like I start. Now, this becomes row 2, the wrong side, when we turn. So I will chain 3. 1, 2, 3, turn the work. Now I'm just going to stack things on top of each other. Well, no, I am going to change a little bit, but I have to start with the first 3 double crochets. See that? Then to get here, I need to go from here all the way to the center. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. I'm going to chain 3. On the wrong side, chain 3. I will work 1 double crochet in the center of the shell, just like that. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Go all the way over. But I need to stop before I go all the way over. Sorry, I had to stop and think. Wait a minute. Okay, I need to stop at this double crochet, this single crochet right there. I know you can't see it probably on the camera, but you have a single crochet there. So I need to single crochet into that single crochet there. So let me recap because I kind of got confused. All right, I do the 1, 2, 3, then I chain 3, then a double crochet in the top of the shell, chain 3, then I make it to the single crochet right there between those shells, chain 3 to go up the heel, 1, 2, 2, 3, I'm at the top. I do a double crochet right there in the center. This is on row 2, the back of the fabric. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3 to go down the heel to find that single crochet right there in between the 2 shells. Okay, now more yarn. Now I got to go back up to the top right there. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go to the top. chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go down and find that single crochet right there. That's why you need to keep it loose and try not to forget to put it in there. But just make sure you go up under 2 strands, single crochet. Now chain 1, 2, 3, go up to the top of the heel, to the top of the shell. There you go. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, go down. And now, instead of when I get to the back or to the center of where I have all my double crochets, you simply, after you chain 3, go right into the first double crochet and start working the double crochets across. Just like this. Let me just do one and show you. So now, this looks like where we began. Does that make sense? This is the back of the fabric. So now I'm just going to work across. Let's see, can I get across without changing the camera or stopping? Get enough yarn. I'm going across my 100 double crochet, my pretend 100 double crochets right here. I think I saw this little lace stitch. You can find it anywhere. It's just a common stitch. But I remember seeing it in Darla Sims. Remember that first book we used way back when? We haven't pulled that book out. But anyway, I believe that was one of the first places that I used this on some project. I can't remember which one. I don't even remember the name she used, so hence 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, okay, so I'm just double crocheting along the 100 double crochets. 100. Oh. But in order to wrap and re-wrap, to wrap and get a nice flow of the scarf, that's what we have so far on this back side of the fabric. I'm working my way to the opposite end where, okay, so I can see the end coming up. I go and make sure you go into every double crochet. Don't skip in and have a hole. Now I see that I'm ready to start the lace again. Now do you remember? We are on row 2 and you chain 3. So chain 1, 2, 3 because it has to match this right here. See the double crochet? Okay, so I chain 3 and then I put a double crochet into the top of the shell. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I go down and find that single crochet right between the 2 shells. There's a single crochet there somewhere hidden. That's why you have to remember, try to make sure you do it loose. Single crochet. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Go up to the top of the shell. Put your double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, go down and find that single crochet right between and do a single crochet in there. More yarn. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, up to the top. Double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, down to the single crochet right there in between. You may have to search for it. But try to find it. Go in, single crochet, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. You see I need to get up to this last shell, up to the top, or you will. Okay. And there I'm at the top. Now I need to go to this first double crochet for the little border. So I chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and voila, I'm over there. I do end with 3 double crochets, just like we started. And go into the post, the last stitch, of course you go into the post. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, see? It's easy to remember, row 2, you just do 3s. Now you turn it. And guess what? We're ready to start row 1 again. I'll do a little bit of row 1 and I hope all this was on camera. Okay, so once you chain 3 and turn, we're back to row 1. Now, row 1 is where we make the shells. So first we have to take care of those double crochets right there for the border. So I just stack on top double crochets, just like that. When I get up to ready to start the shells, right down here, the row below, I have chain 1, and then I'm going to skip to the double crochet right there in the center. See that double crochet? That's where I'm going to put the shell. 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, now I need to make that chain 1 space. Chain 1 real loose. I go all the way over to the next double crochet. I don't stop and pick up anything. I just go all the way to the next double crochet after I chain 1, and I do 1 double crochet, I do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more in the same stitch. 1 and 2. Alright, chain 1, loose, don't stop, go all the way to the next double crochet, and then you have to pull them up a little bit so you can see them. See how I kind of pull that up? Alright, go all the way to that double crochet and do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2. Did I chain 2 over here? Yeah, I did. Chain 2 and 2 double crochets. Chain 1 very loosely, and you're going over to this one. Here it is in a nutshell, people. Just really quick. 1, 2. Like I said, when I started working my scarves horizontal way back some time ago, just so that I could crochet a scarf a lot quicker. I just got tired of going vertical. I just never could make it to the other end. So I didn't. So, alright, get right here. I see that I'm ready to stop. So I chain 1 and go right into the double crochets in the center. Let me do a few and then I'll stop. And you can hit the ground running now. It's such an easy thing to remember. Like I said, I modified the stitch, because we're designing, I had to design, I had to put my little border, I like to make my, the things that I need to remember to come out even. Like I changed it to chain 3. I don't know what the original pattern had. Or I put chain 1 in between the shells just to help me so that I have my own flow and own rhythm. So yes, you can modify the stitch that you find in a stitch book. So now let's just stop here. I want my camera to go blank. Alright, there's what you should have. Of course, that's row 1. When we go all the way across, when you go all the way across your long chain, you will chain 3. You would do the little border, chain 3, turn, and you'll be back on row 2. And you just, just go back on the tutorial and just continue on. And like I said, we're counting 1, 2, 3. It's the 12 days of Christmas. So really all you need is 12 rows. I'll be back with the one I'm working in real time, and we'll just take a look. So just continue on row 1 and row 2. Back in just a little bit. Alright, so I thought I would just come on. Really, I really didn't need to try to work this one up because, I've shared all the steps, but just to finish out the video, I'll let you see before I take all the pictures. Let you see how far I got. Like I said, I just went over there and watched some YouTube, or the other night I watched a movie. Oh, we're switching out finally. We're going to switch out and get out of cable world. So we're going to Amazon, what is it? Fire Stick? something, whatever. So it's been a big transition trying to learn and navigate, how to use it on the television. And, once we won't end it to the very end of the year. So we've been in the midst, my husband and I, like he has it on his TV. We put it on just about all our TVs now. So that once we end it and we turn in all the cable stuff back to the cable provider, we will be on Amazon Fire Stick. And it's just, and guess what? I get to watch all of my friends, all the people on YouTube. Guess what? On the big screen, on my television now. Now I can actually sit on my couch. And before I'd have to sit in a chair at my computer and watch everything, But now I pull it up on the TV, go into YouTube, pull up anything any Stitch, any YouTubers, just anything. So now I get to see all of you, and all of you get to see me. Oh, well, I don't know if you have it, but I get to see you on my big screen, on the television. Oh, so I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can look. Oh gosh, I don't want to look at myself, but I won't look at myself though on the big screen. I don't want to see myself. Oh my gosh, you get to see everything. Oh mercy. So that's new for us. That's our big New Year's resolution, to learn how to navigate and use our Amazon Fire Stick, and of course we'll have to buy some apps of different programs, because you have to kind of find the apps that you want for the programs you want. And I definitely got to get an app for Oprah, because I've got to watch Greenleaf come the first of the year. I got to see what's the finish. I got to see more of that. They're kind of like no, it's not a sitcom, more like a soap opera quote type thing. All right, so here I am. I'm coming up, and I'm just doing this just to end out the video, just so I don't just come to a screeching stop. All right, to end, here is just some, now I hope you can see this. This is just some Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, just in the off ivory color. Now, you may have Red Heart. That will be fine. It's just an inexpensive, this is the kind of stuff you give to people that is not just, they don't really, they don't really care about the yarn. You just want to get something and have it as a nice little gift. Well, I tell you what would be pretty. Listen to me trying to get you to do stuff. Okay, like if you're having young people over or whatever, it'd be nice to have these all done and rolled up real pretty with a big bow and put around the room or somewhere where you're going to all be gathering. And people can just pick out the colors they want. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a scavenger hunt, or, well, maybe not because you can see it, but wouldn't that be fun? Like I say, 12 rows, one skein. Okay, so I'm on the 12th row. Now listen, for me, unless you do yours different or something, my 12th row ended on row 2. That's the wrong side. That's the side, as you see I'm coming up, I'm leaving the center, the double crochets. I'm on row 2, so I know to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I go to the center of the shell. Again, I'm just going to recap. Chain 1, 2, 3. Then I go down to that single crochet right between the shells. Single crochet and then chain 1, 2, 3. Go up the heel back to the top of the shell there with just one double crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Go down to the single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Back up. One double crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. One double crochet. 1, 2, 3. I'm almost to the end of my long. Now this one is one in real time with the numbers. With the 1, 2, 3. With the numbers on my schematic. I just thought it'd be fun to just show you how it looks in different yarns. Like I said, it's not didn't cause me any problem, because this means I have extra gifts to give to, whosoever. If I need something, they'll already be ready. I don't have to like, look, I won't even have to sweat. 1, 2, 3. I just need to get some gift bags. Go get my, make sure I have, well, and I think I have plenty of gift bags. Okay, you see that? I'm coming up. 1, 2, 3. This is row 2, the wrong side, and this is the row I'm going to finish on. My 12 rows for the 12-day of Christmas scarf. 2, 3. When I get to the end, all I have to do after the 3, go right over here to that first double crochet. Double crochet there, then 1 double crochet here, and then 1 into the post to end. Make sure you get under 2 strands. There you go. Voila! Now, let me go ahead and I'll cut this and I'll leave a nice tail because we're going to add fringe. Pull it through. Okay, let me get that out of the way. This was row 2, the wrong side. So now I'll turn it to the right side so we can take a look at this one that I just finished, just to show you what it looks like. And like I said, this was some, I love this yarn, but Red Hawk would be exactly the same. Look at that. Now, when you get through and you take it to your ironing board, of course you're going to weave in all the ends. You got to weave in stuff first. But when you do your ironing or your steaming, you only need to steam the lace open. Don't steam the double crochet in any parts. You just steam it, and you can, if you have the patience and the space on your ironing board, take some straight pins and actually pin these little points. See those points? Pin those points out onto the ironing board with straight pins, and then you steam, and then hand press. Don't make me do my sound effects. And then lightly hand press. And then like I say, you could have these pinned to the ironing board with straight pins to kind of make those points really pop out. Okay, and then you go to this end and do the same thing. Weave in all the ends, straight pin these little points right here, and make sure you're on the wrong side. This is the wrong side of the fabric. Then you and then you can hand press this lace open to just give it. Now don't kill it or over press. Just light steaming and just let it cool for a second or 2. That's what sets it. Once it cools down, then you're good to go. And then of course, here is this scarf. This is like the 3rd one. See, all finished. I can bring this up. There's all the double crochets. Here, now, real quick, make sure you're on the right side of the fabric, because I forgot to do it, but surely by now you can always mark your wrong side with the contrasting yarn. Okay, so here's the right side of the fabric here. And let me just tell you again, those who've not crocheted with me, well, Jay, I got all those chains left. Yeah, now you go about 2 inches or 3 out from the project. Here's the work. Come out and just snip that tail. Snip those extra chains off, all right? Then you just take one of your yarn needles and then you follow the yarn back. Just kind of follow the yarn, and if you hit it just right, you can just pull the loop. If you sometimes you get it in the wrong place and you can't pull the loop, and you have to just work it back little by little. But some kind of way I hit it just right tonight. Unbelievable. Pull the loop till you almost to the work. Stop. And if you go too far, like I think I went too far, I think I need to just take your crochet hook and pull that yarn back through. Now watch. Slowly pull that knot down to the work. Like that. Just take your fingers and push that knot or pull it down to the work. See, now it's knotted, and I can tie this in, or I can weave it in with I think I'll just weave this one in with my fringe. Now, you've steamed and everything. So now you see this end here where we put the border. Well, we already have a nice chain right there, and we already have the holes. So we don't have to force anything. So that's why I did the border. Now, I normally use an odd number when I do my fringe. That's just me. You can use any number you want. And I mainly use 5 strands of yarn. These are strands that I've cut the same length. And now I'm just going to add, let's see if I'm on camera here. Now I'm just going to just quickly go over some fringe. Alright, so here I am. I have 5 strands of yarn that I've cut and I've lined them up. You see that they're lined up at the top. I fold it over my finger like that. Now, the scarf, you're on the right side of the fabric of the scarf, not on the wrong side. So I'll go right here and I'll start in the corner, but I try to go up under 2 strands. Don't go up under 1 or 2. And there's a hole is already there, see? See those holes that the double crochet makes when we did the border? That's where we're going to put the fringe. So, I have a little tail left too, so I'm going to lay that tail going up, just like that. In fact, I'm going to reach through this hole and bring it through so that it's laying on top, like that. See, now that was the tail, so now I'm going to lay it up there, just like that. Now I'm going in that space, that little hole there on the border. I pick up the loop on my finger and bring it through. Now I'm also going to reach up and bring that strand through with all the other yarns. See how I grabbed it and put it with the other yarns? Now I take my crochet hook and just bring it through and that extra strand that was left. And there is my first. Now, don't start cutting and whacking and dicing right now. We'll do that a little later. So now I go to the next 5. Now I like to kind of work, at least get the 2 ends, then I can kind of figure out how many I can get in the center. So that, but first of all, if I did 5 there, I'll do 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take that one away. Line them up at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that? Lay it across my finger. Go into the next space that I want. Oh, well, let's go over here to this end. I like to go to this end. See, there's a space already made by the double crochet. All right, I'll go ahead and do this corner. I usually like to do both corners. That's just habit. Pull the loop through. You see it? Now you reach your crochet hook up and pull the little legs or the other strands through. Now I have that. Now I can kind of figure out how many I can do each hole or I can skip. It's up to you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now do I want that many? You could. You could have them that close together or you can try skipping 1. It's just up to you. Some kind of way. I think I had 7 on mine. Okay, so let's just do 1 more. There's my 5 strands. Pull them all up so they're equal at the top. There. Then, smooth it out. Go into where you want. And if that's too close, I'm going to go over 1. Because that was going to be too close to that one, that first one. So I'm going to go over, put it in, pull the loop through. Now reach up with the crochet hook and pull all the strands through. Tighten up and move on. Kind of separate them a little bit with your fingers. And now you're just working across. You can work back and forth. You can work straight across. I just always like to put my corners on. Don't ask me why. Maybe somebody showed me that. I don't know where I got that from. Okay. And then eventually, you will have to take your fringe, once you've done both ends, turn it on the wrong side. You will have to take your iron and steam the fringe. Don't leave your fringe with a bad hair day. Make your fringe look really pretty. Like this one had a really bad hair day when I got ready to steam it because it had been all balled up and all crinkly. So now, what I did, I took it to the ironing board on the wrong side. Well, let me turn it on the wrong side so you'll see it's on the wrong side. And you can tell because the fringe is knotted. You can see the knot of the fringe. Okay, and then I over the fringe, comb it with my fingers so that my fringe does not have a bad hair day. It looks real pretty. Now, I didn't take out my quilting mat. If you can lightly trim, but don't get over, don't overdo it with the trimming. Otherwise, you'll have a mess. I'll take mine and put my, I don't have it out, but I'll just pretend on here. I have a quilting mat. I have, maybe a small size. Then I'll take a quilting ruler. This is not one, but, I'll lay the quilting ruler there. And then I'll just take my rotary cutter and go, just cut them all, and they'll be the same, and I don't have to worry about it with scissors. So, that way they all come out looking really nice and pretty, and they have been steamed, and you have pretty fringe to go along with your pretty scarf. So, let me move everything out of the way so that you can get a good look. And it would be so pretty, like I said, if you were having, this would be a great, if you were a teacher or something, and maybe you had some young people that you mentored or something. Maybe you had 5 or 6 and you go, I can't afford, teachers don't make, they're striking now trying to get money just to pay their bills. Okay, but one skein of yarn, and a lot of places will donate yarn, or you can even check the Goodwill. They have nice yarn sometimes, and they used to have it all bagged up. Okay, you find a bag of yarn in the Goodwill. You think, I can make my students. They've been so good this year, and they've tried so hard. I'll make each one of them the 12-day of Christmas scarf. You make the scarf, just like I've shared with you. Put your fringe, everything is ready. You get some little Christmas cards or something from the Dollar Tree, just to tell them how much how proud you are that they hung in there with the program or whatever y'all were trying to achieve. You just roll it up. I think I would roll mine. You just roll them up. It just looks more dramatic to me when you roll it. Roll it up. Get a piece of, they have ribbon at the Dollar Tree too. Couple of rolls of ribbon for a couple of dollars. You put a nice bow and a little hang tag with your appreciation on there. Now, what do you think of that? Isn't that neat? Or if you teach Sunday school or, something, you have a little group at church, young people, they will be so excited to get these long scarves. And I think you will be more than excited to be able to share something so simple, but it will mean a lot to someone else. I hope you have enjoyed this. I'm going to just roll all of mine up because they are so pretty. Let's see, can I roll mine up so you can see it? Now I got to take my pictures so I can get this done. And then once I get this to him to edit, I will be working on something that I have one more little surprise I decided to kind of throw in there to end out. Here's that one. Let's see. Here's the next one. Then this one I don't have all the fringe on, but we'll go ahead and pretend. We'll just roll that up. I just pretend like it. Now I can take pictures. And what a beautiful presentation. What a beautiful presentation of a simple stitch. Just to share with my friends. I'm going to back out so you can see them all. Just to share with my friends. What do you think? So, I hope you give this a try. I wish you happy crocheting, and I will come back with a surprise on not on this video. We're going to end this one. It's just something I just thought, oh man, I got to do one more little thing. And so, it'll just give me a couple of days, and I will try to bring that back too, so that we can go ahead and get everything out there. So this is Jay, and this is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam, saying happy 12 days of Christmas to you too. And I will see you in just a few days, and we'll just decide how, if I'm going to do anything for New Year's. I'm thinking about something, but I never know about New Year's. I like to give people a rest. I'm just one of those kinds. I don't know if it's my age, but sometimes you just need to rest. Even take a rest from YouTube. All right. Take care. I will see you shortly. And enjoy.